Fit for this life and the next. You deserve the very best. Work for this life and the next. You deserve the very best. Work for this life and the next. You deserve the very best.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our program, Your Body Has Rights. I am your host, Bilal Abdul Kareem, and we are at Al Rayyan Sports Club here in Doha, Qatar. Today, we are going to be learning how to be a goalkeeper. Now, you might be asking why someone from New York would be the host of a program about being a goalkeeper, because in America, soccer, which is the world sport, isn't such a big sport. Well, that's the beauty of today's sport. That is the beauty of today's episode. We're going to join in with our captain, Abu Bakr, who is going to be teaching his young students, and then after that, he's going to try to teach me, someone who's never played soccer before, except for once. I kicked the ball a few times, then they didn't want to pass me the ball anymore, but that's okay. I still love those brothers. Anyway, today's episode, how to become a good goalkeeper, and I've got my sports outfit on, and we are going to be learning how to be a top-notch goalkeeper. Just stay tuned. Jazakumullahu khaira. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and here we go. In soccer, the goalkeeper is a designated player with the job of directly preventing the opposing team from scoring by defending the goal. The primary rule is that the bigger the goalkeeper, the better. Most of the good goalkeepers are 6 feet tall or more. But if you aren't over 6 feet, don't let that bother you. Remember how basketball was supposed to be a big man's sport, and then Michael Jordan, who isn't considered a big man in comparison to the others, took over the sport and changed all the rules. So put your trust in Allah and strive hard.
ما يحدث الآن هو تدريب.
What we have here is carrying the ball.
دين الإسلام ديني والعرض غير ديني محمد في حديثي نور الإيمان دين الإسلام ديني والعرض غير ديني محمد في حديثي نور الإيمان دين الإسلام.
At this juncture in the goalkeeper's development, they need to become familiar with the soccer ball and become accustomed to controlling the ball within a confined square space.
Why do I love you? No matter where you are, we are the greatest with the beating of hearts. We are Muslim.
This is a must for the goalkeeper to feel comfortable in his role. It takes at least 6 months just to get some of the basics for being a good goalkeeper. As you can see, there is a big age difference here amongst the kids. Some are 12, some are 8, and even some of them start as young as 5. However, the training is still the same.
نفس التمرين التنسيق الحركي اللي هو التحرك الجانبي.
Now we're going to focus on a very important matter, which is about lateral movement. A goalkeeper must be able to move laterally very well to be successful. He has to be able to move both with and without the ball in the area of the goal. If the goalkeeper has great lateral movements, then he will be able to not only defend his own goal, but he can also be the start of an offensive attack on the other team.
المناسبة والمطلوبة لالتقاط الكرات الأرضية أو الكرات الجانبية أو الكرات العالية.
What's your name?
My name is Ali Salim Al Marri. I work for Rayan Sports Company as a director for the football team, first team, and all the youth categories.
When you're searching for a player, you're searching for a specific mix. Is it more physical, more mental, both? What are you usually searching for when you're going out for a player to make your team better?
Yeah, we normally look for both. Physical is important, you know, in football as well as mental. So you have to, when we select a player, we normally select them at a very young age. So you have to look for talented players. But sometimes it's not easy. You can find, you can only discover that at a later stage. But for the first team, it's completely different. You look for physical, for mental, for good personality, and educated as well. So this is the difference. So if you develop a player from the youth team, from the grassroots, you know, you have to build in him all these things. You have to educate him, you have to train him, you know, you have to also feed him, give him a good food, and ask him to keep a healthy food, you know, take healthy food and not fast food. And in this case, you will see this player progressing very well, physically, mentally, you know, educationally, everything, until he reached the first team.
Okay, now let's talk about physical capabilities for a second. When you're looking for a good player for your team, are you looking for strength, flexibility? Give us some type of description if someone is watching and they say, hey, I want to be that player.
Yeah, I mean, for a sport, it differs from one sport to another. But for football, you need a player who has a good height, you know, and also not necessarily like a basket player, but, you know, the reasonable height. Also good, have a good muscle, you know, and also have the elasticity in his body and the speed, because speed is very important in football, you know.
I see.
For the goalkeeper is completely different. You need a good height, also good elasticity in his body, you know, and strong also. His muscles are strong, especially for his thighs and legs, because that's very important. He has to be able to fall down and get up as fast as possible.
جينا للتنسيق الحركي، تدريبات التنسيق الحركي، ودي من أهم التدريبات بالنسبة لحارس المرمى.
This exercise helps us to improve the fluidity of the goalkeeper's movements. A smooth moving goalkeeper is an efficient and deadly weapon against the other team. As you can see, this exercise strengthens the legs and makes the trainee accustomed to lateral movements.
Why do I love you no matter where you are? We are the greatest ummah with a beating of our hearts. We are Muslim.
ما زلنا في تمارين أو تدريبات التنسيق الحركي، وعندنا القفز على الترمبلين.
Now we are going to change the tone of the workout and focus on balance. For this, we'll use the trampoline. First, the students jump onto the first trampoline with 2 feet, and then 1 foot on the second one. We've learned a lot so far, so let's review. Keys to a successful goalkeeper are great elasticity, so as to have smooth and fluid movements, yet strong and deliberate at the same time. Also, the goalkeeper needs to have mental intelligence, as sports in general are only one part physical, the rest is all mental. Thirdly, nutrition. The goalkeeper should eat a well-balanced diet so as to fuel his body. Well, that's all for today, and we're going to see you next time on Your Body Has Rights. I'm your host, Bilal Abdul Kareem. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Fit for this life and the next. You deserve the very best. Work for this life and the next. You deserve the very best. Work for this life and the next.